navigating the really crazy, chaotic energies of January and where we are at and where we are going right now, 2025. As I've mentioned in one of my last videos, like, be ready for 2025. And I don't know about you, but it feels already like a massive transformation is coming up. And by the way, I'm actually here, like very close to my home, in the dunes, the beach here in the beautiful province of Zeeland. And I started off this channel making videos out in the outdoors, in nature, connecting with the energy and the spirit of nature. But since I'm back home, actually, I started to make a little bit more videos indoors, also because of the weather that we can have here. It can be sunny and it can be raining, but in the winter here it's nothing more than grey, cloudy, miserable, and lots of rain. So that's why it makes it a little bit difficult for me to continue filming outdoors. But anyway, it is also cold, it's freezing, 5 degrees, so let's see how long I can last. So anyway, what I can feel right now is where we are at is like the energies are very chaotic. Like, we simply cannot really have a clear vision for ourselves. Maybe lots of us, we feel a little bit aimless in life. Perhaps we are feeling like we're going through yet another kind of personal identity crisis, like who are we exactly, where do we came from, and why are we here, what are my life goals, what is my vision for my life, what is my purpose in life, what it is that I'm really meant to do here. Maybe you can have a job that pays the bills, but for many of us that simply also not feels adequate enough. You know, we must have something more than that. And also it feels like not having a normal job that just pays the bills, like it still feels like we are in an old system, in an old, broken, rigged system that is crumbling, that is falling apart. Yet we are still there with one feet, and another feet is somewhat trying to integrate these new kind of higher energies right now. And what it does, these new kind of energies, it's really like penetrating our subconscious minds. And it feels like sometimes we are simply falling very deep in the ocean of the subconscious minds, where things are a little bit unclear of where we are at and where we might be going. And as a Pisces myself, as a water sign myself, perhaps some of my darker sides is that sometimes as a tiny little fish, sure, I can be the Finding Nemo, but I also can be like the fish, the alien fish that is there at the meridian trenches, at the places absolutely no one dares to go because it's way too dark for everyone to face their deepest shadow. That is really where a lot of Pisces are. They are in the solitude, they are in their isolation, they are in a hermit mode of diving really deep into the subconscious minds in the darkest places of the ocean that we can know. But also the water sign also creates lots of waves and tsunamis of transformation. That is also really what we are known for. And also, of course, the water, the ocean, the element of the water, it also can produce lots of clouds, and clouds can produce lots of thunder and storms, and that can be very destructive. Think about the rune Hagalaz. The rune Hagalaz, it can create lots of thunderstorms which can completely destroy farmlands, and it can be a sign of destruction. But then after destruction comes a new kind of era. And right now it kind of really feels like we are going through a destructive kind of mode, where lots of the old self, where we felt we had some sort of stability, not very long, once again, and then these waves of transformation are kicking in, and bam, once again we are at the ocean floor, wondering what the heck is going on, where we lose all our stability, we lose the groundingness below our feet, and perhaps we can feel a little bit lost. Now, as someone who likes to have control over lots of things, I sometimes do not really like to let go and surrender. That is like one of my main challenges that I can have, is to allow things to happen, to surrender, because I must have some sort of control in my life. Now, of course, that also really refers to having the stability, safety and security. And if somewhat this has been lacking in our life from early childhood or whatever, then we don't feel very safe, secure. We want to grab onto things. We think, okay, so we must find a way to make money in this world for one way or another, because that can give us stability, safety and security. We go and chase after that, and then the opposite will happen. We lose money, we lose more stability, we lose more safety and security, until we come to a position where we can only let go, surrender, and go with the currents. Just lie with our back on the river and let go, and we have to see where the river of life will take us. Basically, that's really what's going on. Let go, surrender, allow things to happen, and eventually see how we are becoming the drop of water that makes the ocean. Because we have all these layers within our conscious. We have unconscious minds. We have that ego part that thinks somewhat who we think we are and how we should be, based on the expectations and conditions that we have created for ourselves and all of it. But then, of course, we also have the subconscious, and we have the superconscious, the higher conscious, that wants to come into our conscious and unconscious mind as well, which is trying to find some sort of equilibrium between all of it, which can really start to shake things up, is what I can say. And until we lose all our control, and we simply just have to accept that we have to let go and see where the current of life is taking us, and see what the messages that are hidden within our soul wants to take us further. And I think that's really kind of like the message for today's video. It's really like where our soul and our higher self is creating a new version of ourself. It's upgrading our identity as well, where the higher self comes into the lower self, and then create like an anchor between that. That's I think really where we are at and where we are going, especially this year, especially for those on the spiritual path. That is really like what's happening, where we are trying to birth and rebirth a new version of ourselves, and that goes with a lot of transformation, but also with pain of growth. Because how more pain we experience through our sacrifices and where we suffer, that's also the place where the light can enter within our own being. And that's why we are going through that. We lose the stability, we lose the safety, security that we thought we had by the roles we are playing. And then all of that is crumbling down, and then we're making space for a new version. And where we have like 2 feet in different worlds, where one part we're trying to get along with everybody who is not on this path, who are still in the matrix, the old system. We cannot relate to them, and they cannot really relate to us. And then it feels very lonely and isolated to be in that kind of realm. And then we are trying to navigate this new kind of realm that is bringing lots of uncertainty. And at the same time, it's also one big adventure, an adventure of the soul. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. What are you experiencing? And I try to make more videos outdoor, because I do live in a very beautiful place, an area with lots of water. But at the same time, it also means is that the weather can be very windy, cloudy, grey, rain, which makes it sometimes a little bit more difficult to make videos. But I try to do my utmost to continue doing that, and if not, then I will make videos indoors in my indoor location. Anyway, what are you currently feeling? What are you currently experiencing? And then let's continue to grow our community, where we can create a space for each other to open up, where we can share our processes of transformation, but also for us as men, where we are trying to heal the father wounds, the mother wounds, heal the masculine wounds that is very much needed right now in this world, where we can create the balance between the masculine and feminine as well. Anyway, I look forward to see you all on my next videos. Take care for now. Bye bye.